Welcome back to my channel. It's me from a professional organizing company. Today we are going to be talking about 16 hidden sources of clutter in senior homes and how to clear them easily. These are some of the most common problem areas that we see when we come into homes with seniors or for seniors. So if you're a senior yourself or you have a loved one who is a senior, this video is for you. And if you like videos like this, please hit that subscribe button so you get notified every time we put out a new video. So the first spot that tends to collect clutter is behind that television. Many people don't want to turn their entertainment center because they're afraid that it's going to collect more dust. So what we like to recommend is doing it little by little. Just turn the TV a couple of inches, take out a few things at a time, and then go from there. You can always just put the stuff back. But oftentimes when people turn their entertainment centers, they find that it's been so long since they've looked back there that they actually end up donating quite a bit of the items that are back there. The next spot is inside the medicine cabinet. Oftentimes we will see expired products, old makeup, old products that have been hanging around. This is a great way to just kind of go through on a regular basis. Medicine cabinets are dark, they're confined, and it's a great place for things to get lost and forgotten. Another area that we see clutter is inside the pantry. So many times people will buy duplicate items, they'll forget that they already have something. And then when you add expiration dates on top of that, sometimes we end up with quite a bit of clutter in our pantry. The best thing to do is just to go through on a regular basis. Make sure everything is tightly sealed and properly labeled. And if it has an expiration date, make sure you check that expiration date and use those items in time. Now let's talk about under the sink. Under the sink is another great place for clutter to collect. We all need some of those items, but sometimes we have extra items, we have duplicates. There's also paperwork that sometimes gets shoved under the sink. So it's a great idea to declutter under the sink on a regular basis. Behind the refrigerator is another great place for clutter to collect. So many times people will just shove stuff anywhere when they're cleaning and it ends up being shoved behind the refrigerator. The best thing to do here is to pull the refrigerator out and then just to wipe down that area. It helps to have somebody help you with this. Then take out any of the clutter that's back there. Go through it and decide if you want to keep it or if you want to donate it. Inside the refrigerator is another great place for clutter to collect. So many times we will have leftovers in Tupperware containers without labels, and it makes it hard to know what they are. We also have condiments that oftentimes are expired or they're just taking up space. We also have things shoved in the back of the refrigerator that we forgot that we even had. The best thing to do is just to go through regularly. Throw away anything that has gone bad. Label your Tupperware containers so that you know what's in them, and use those containers to their fullest ability. Paperwork is another big culprit in a lot of senior homes. Paperwork comes in the mail, it piles up, it sits on counters, it sits on tables, it sits on chairs, and before you know it, you have mountains of paperwork. The best thing to do with paperwork is to deal with it right away. If it's something that you need to pay, go ahead and pay it right away. If it's something that you need to file, go ahead and file it right away. If it's something that needs to go in a shred bin, go ahead and put it in the shred bin. Don't let the paperwork pile up. The next area that we see clutter is in the garage. So many times we will see items that are broken that people have meant to fix, but never got around to fixing. Items that are just taking up space. Maybe vehicles that are broken that people no longer want to fix. The possibilities are endless with what you might find in your garage. The best thing to do is to go through section by section, decide if you want to keep each individual item, and if you don't, then it's time to get rid of it. Attics and basements are the same way. They're huge spaces where people will just store things that they don't want to get rid of, but they don't really need. Every once in a while, it's a good idea to go through your attic and your basement and just reassess what you have up there. If you still need these items, if you want to donate them, if you want to sell them, just to go through and have a good look to see what you have. Another area that we find that collects clutter is inside of drawers. Drawers are great places for things to get lost and forgotten. Things get shoved in them, and then they're not seen for years. So oftentimes when we open up drawers, we are shocked at what we find. So a good rule of thumb is if you haven't used that item in a year, chances are probably you don't need it anymore, and you should get rid of it. Closets are another area that we see a lot of clutter. So many times we have clothes that are outdated, we have shoes that are worn out, we have coats that are out of season, and we find a lot of items in closets that could be donated. One way to make it easier to go through your closets is to do it seasonally. Go through your winter clothes in the spring, go through your summer clothes in the fall. That way you're only dealing with a small portion of your closet at a time. Linens are another source of clutter. Linens can include things like extra blankets, extra comforters, extra sheets. So many times people will buy sets of sheets, and then they'll continue to buy more and more and more sheets. And before you know it, you have enough sheets to last you a lifetime. The best thing to do with linens is to decide how many sets of linens you actually need, and then to donate the rest. The next area that we see a lot of clutter is inside of the junk drawer. So many times we will have random items, we don't have a proper place for them, so they end up getting shoved into the junk drawer. The best thing to do with the junk drawer is to go through every single item. Decide what it is, find it a proper home, whether that's in another drawer or somewhere else in the house, and then to reevaluate every once in a while to make sure that it doesn't become cluttered again. And the last area that we see a lot of clutter is on top of the refrigerator or on top of other furniture. So many times people will just randomly set things on top of furniture and it becomes clutter. My favorite trick for countertops and other furniture is to have baskets. Use baskets to corral the items so that they're contained and they're ready to be picked up and put away quickly. Another trick that you can use is to have a lazy Susan. Lazy Susans are great for countertops and other furniture that are difficult to access. So the key to avoiding clutter is to go through your house and to find a proper home for every single item. When you're decluttering your home, it's a great idea to have donation boxes ready to go. Having donation boxes ready to go makes it easy to get rid of clutter because you can just continually fill up the boxes and then take them to the donation center. You can also take pictures of larger items that you may want to sell so that you can sell those on Facebook Marketplace or Craigslist. I hope that this video is helpful to you. Remember, don't let your home own you. You own your home. And until next time, happy decluttering.